Okay, we're back. We're in 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, in verse 22. He says, my right hand shall not spare the sinners, right? So, y'all can look at it how you want to look at it and think you can keep on following these so-called pastors that say you ain't under the Most High's law. Let's see what sin is. In 1 John, the 3rd chapter, the 4th verse, defines what sin is. So all you that do this, he said, my Shai gonna kill you. That's what he's saying. 1 John 3 and 4. This is the definition of sin in the New Testament. Whosoever committeth sin transgresses also the law. We done read where it's the Most High's law. For sin is the transgression of the law. You see? Sin is the transgression of the Most High's law. So now it's saying in 2nd Ezra 15, future prophecy, verse 22, my right hand shall not spare the sinners, right? So Amos 9 and 10. For all you that's going, you are Israelites, but you taught your Gentiles. You listen to these pork-chop-eating preachers telling you that you Gentiles grafted in, don't know who you've been grafted in among. Ask that question to them. This is what the Most High said, Amos 9 and 10. All the sinners of my people, who are the Israelites, 12 tribes of Israel, shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. See? He said he's going to kill you by the sword because you're breaking the Most High's laws. You think it's not important? That's why, look. My Shai said this, and this is why we was cast away and still cast away. A lot of you become the 2/3 that the Most High said you're going to save a remnant. That's that 1/3, but you becoming the 2/3 because you were following these people that's going to lead you right to this position of hell. We in hell, but you're going to be thrown into a greater hell, the lake of fire. Listen to what it say. This is what my Shai said, Matthew 5:17. Think not, don't even think that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I challenge you, tell your preacher to show you where Mashiach Shai was dealing with anything besides the law and the prophets. Tell him to show you a scripture that he read from Paul, who y'all believe in, more so than the Mashiach Shai. Show me a scripture that he read in the Gospels from Matthew, Mark, Luke, or John, when he was on the earth, in the flesh, that he read that's from Paul's writings. He looked at what Paul wrote, and he quoted what Paul wrote. If thou can. Or Peter or James or any of the books of the New Testament. Or Revelations, for that matter. You see? Then he said, Revelations, the 2nd chapter, the 9th verse says this, when he was on earth. But I know he went into the synagogue, the temple, and he stood up and he read in the books of Isaiah. You see? The Old Testament. That's what he had to go by. That's why he's saying, how could he say that he destroyed something that this, the only thing that he had to go by was the law and the prophets? So I say, think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. That's the Old Testament. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. He came to fulfill the things that was written of him. Let's look. How he should suffer. Acts 3. Go to Acts the 3rd chapter. And the 18th verse. Acts 3:18. But those things which the Most High before had showed by the mouth of all his prophets, who had the spirit of a Mashiach, that Mashiach should suffer, he have so fulfilled. See? That he would have to come and die for the sins of the 12 tribes of Israel. The ultimate sacrifice. That's why you're going to say, look, think not in Matthew 5:17 that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. How he had to suffer for our knuckleheads, Israelites. For verily I say to you, till heaven and earth pass, heaven and earth is still here. One jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law of the Most High. This is the Most High's law that he wrote with his finger, the work of the Most High, till all be fulfilled. You see? This is what he said. Just to your preachers. Go tell them to read this and make it make sense. To show that you're not going to be the least in the kingdom of heaven because you're taught that you're a Gentile, been grafted in, don't know who you've been grafted in among, and you're not under the law, but you're under mercy and grace as a Gentile. Just showed you that mercy and grace only came to the Israelites because we're the ones that's given the law. Not no Gentiles, not no other nations. And you saying you're another nation, what nation are you? I got 105 different identities. Ask some brothers, what's your race? 105 different identities. Tell them you are your father's father, man. Father, you can go back that far. You're your father, man. What race was he? What race was he? I'm Brooklyn. All kind of answers. Understanding what I'm saying and still say crazy stuff. As a race, 105 different identities. That's the lost 12 tribes of Israel. For real, for real. But listen what it says. Whosoever, verse 19, whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. So, is your pastor teaching you the laws of the Most High? The moral laws, the civil laws, the dietary laws, the ceremonial laws? Or whoever it is that you following, that you under? Because that's the Most High's laws. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. What is that? The least in the kingdom of heaven. This is what it says. Because you got to look at, you say, all the sinners of my people are going to die by the sword, which say the evil shall not prevail or prevent us. We just read that in Amos 9 and 10. He said he's going to kill you for being sinners. That's breaking the Most High's laws. So he's saying you're going to be the least in the kingdom of heaven. He's going to kill you. Cast you into the lake of fire. That's why he said all throughout his gospels, the gospel is going to be wailing and gnashing of teeth. This is what he said. But whosoever shall do what? The law, and teach them, teach the law, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. That's what he's saying. So how are you going to listen to someone that's having you go astray? Like Quavo Dollar talking about, I've been wrong. I've been wrong for collecting tithes. I ain't apologizing though, because I got my 2 jets. I got everything I need from y'all. I got all the money I need from y'all. Now I got to come up with another way to get your money. Donations and offerings and so forth. You know what I mean? Like, that's real prideful, boy. Because the collecting of tithes is of the law. We've been saying that forever. You know, y'all talking about y'all ain't under the law, but you use that law of collecting tithes, and it was, you know, different things that they gave to the priests, because the priests didn't have any land. They would have to take care of the priests. We, as Israelites, not Gentiles, you know, all that stuff ain't dealing with you anyway. If you call yourself a Gentile, you telling your people they Gentiles, he talking about you anyway. That's why it says, Jeremiah 23:1, woe, destruction unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pastors, said the Most High. Woe me destruction be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture. He's screaming at you. All you pork chop eating preachers out there that's got under all these demon in nations, denominations. Even if you say you ain't in no denomination, you still scattering the sheep of the Most High's pasture, who are the lost sheep of the 12 tribes of Israel. This is the Most High. Therefore, thus said the Most High power of Israel against the pastors that feed my people. You giving them this knowledge, wisdom, understanding of how to be deceived. This sorcery that's been put upon this earth, this witchcraft, that our people can't come out because they caught up in these religions. The Most High didn't give us no religion. Show me your religion that you believe in this Bible. That says, thus say the Most High. This is what you're supposed to follow. His religion. Your religion that's in this Bible. That's why he said, therefore thus say the Most High power of Israel against the pastors that feed my people. Ye have scattered my flock and driven them away. Driven them away from what? What you saying? We ain't under the law. Whose law are they? We done went over this today. They the Most High's law. That he wrote with his finger, the work of the Most High. You saying we ain't got to follow him. That's what you're telling the people. That's why you're going to be the least in the kingdom of heaven. And all you that's following them, you're going to be the least in the kingdom too. We're in the last days, y'all. You better hear. Therefore, thus say the Most High of Israel, not of any other nation, but of Israel, of the Israelites, against the pastors that feed my people. Ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doing, said the Most High. Oh, it's coming. What do you say? You feeding the people. And verse 1 says, woe be unto the pastor that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture. Hosea 4:6. This is why we all jacked up now. And y'all don't want to listen because this is about learning. This is about change. Hosea 4:6. This is what they have done. And comment. Get in touch with me. Let me know that what I'm saying is false. Hosea 4:6. Prove all things. 1 Thessalonians 5:21 says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. So you've taken the lack of knowledge from the people. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, you reject what it is that's coming out, I will also reject thee. You're going to be rejected. It's only so long that you're going to be able to continue to destroy the lost sheep of the Most High's pasture. That's why I say, whoa, I'm just warning you from what it says. I will also reject thee. So you're going to be a bunch of rejects. That thou shalt be no priest to me. So they not no pastor, no priest to the Most High. Why? Seeing thou hast forgotten the law. There it is right there. Of your power, of thy power. You an Israelite, and you got people talking about they Gentiles. You have forgotten the law of the Most High. I will also forget thy children. He said, that's why you're going to forget your children. And some of y'all are the children of those that's been forgotten. That's why I say, if you ain't under the law, that means you can do whatever you want to do, right? If you ain't under the law, that means somebody could come and lie with your wife, which is adultery, and you can't say nothing about it because you ain't teaching that. That's wrong. You can eat whatever you want to eat, right? Y'all go to 1 Corinthians, the 4th chapter, saying, hey, 1 Timothy, the 4th chapter, and say, hey, you can eat whatever you want to. All you do is pray over it. Lies, man. I mean, just lying from one end to the other. 2 Ezra 15:24. Woe, mean destruction to them that sin and keep not my commandments, said the Most High. He's screaming at you. For the Most High knoweth all them that sin against him. You hear that? Ain't nothing hid from the Most High, whose eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of man, and even the secret parts, everything we do. For the Most High knoweth all them that sin against him, and therefore deliver he them unto death and destruction. What did it just say? Woe to the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of his flock, the 12 tribes of Israel. He said, for now are the plagues come upon the whole earth, and ye shall remain in them. For the Most High shall not deliver you, because ye have sinned against him. And taught others. That's why I say you're going to be the least in the kingdom of heaven. You taught others to sin. That's why I understand this and overstand this, y'all. That's why you're going to say this. Jeremiah 16:19. O Most High, my strength and my fortress, and my refuge in the day of affliction, Jacob's trouble. The Gentiles, who you telling our people they are, and they are really Israelites, the 12 tribes of Israel, shall come unto thee, gonna come unto the Most High from the ends of the earth. There's no more ends of the earth than July 4th, 1776, y'all getting ready to celebrate. This is the ends of the earth right now. What they gonna say? And shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies. What the devil say? His job is what? To deceive the whole world. He deceived all the nations through sorcery, through witchcraft, through lies. It says, the Gentiles, who you teaching the people that they are, who are the Israelites, shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies. That's why you're going to be the least in the kingdom of heaven. Y'all keep following these pork chop eating preachers. Straight to hell. He just said, whoa, destruction. Have inherited lies, vanity. That's things that's worthless, and things wherein there is no profit. You know? Things wherein there is no profit. Vanity, worthless. That's why I said in Ecclesiasticus 3:24, for many are deceived by their own vain opinion. And in evil, who is the devil, suspicion to overthrow their judgment. Let the devil come in with his sorcery, with his witchcraft, to deceive your mind when you can't open up your mind to see this, because you got your tunnel brain. All y'all do is regurgitate what these pork chop eating preachers done taught you, which is little or nothing concerning what this book of life is talking about, the Bible. Just to feel good. Something to make you feel good. When it ain't about that. It's about coming back to the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, coming back to a Mashiach Yahushua who's coming to judge and make war and set righteousness on this earth, set the law of the Most High on this earth forever and ever and ever. Would you say we ain't under? You're going to be here saying this. That's why I'm here to warn you. To come out of that. Or show me where the Most High is giving you and your religion his moral laws, civil laws, dietary laws, ceremonial laws. What's the next holy convocation that we're supposed to operate and observe and doing, if thou can say? Because you know that these holidays that's coming up is when? 4th of July. You know about that. But what is the next holy day, and what day is it that we're supposed to honor that the Most High says it's this holy convocation? His holy days. Most High's feast days. Y'all say y'all believe in the Most High. So when is the next holy day they say this is my feast day that we're supposed to honor for him? Or the next new moon. First of the month. Our first of the month. When is that? You should know that, just like you know these secular, worldly holidays, because they took, if you look at vowels as A, E, I, O, U, and Y, sometimes Y. So they took what we have, holy, H-O-L-Y-D-A-Y, and put an I there and call it holidays. Well, we get holy days. They're their holy days where they dealing with their particular days that everybody's captivated and honoring and not even concerned about. Even though you're hearing it, you should want to know. Because if not, you are a sinner of the Israelites that's going to be put to death too. We're not following his laws. Look. Look at verse 10. It says, it's Jeremiah 16:10, and it shall come to pass in the future, when thou shalt show this people all these words, and they shall say unto thee, wherefore has the Most High pronounced all this great evil against us? Some of you might be saying it out there right now. Or what is our iniquity? What have we done wrong? We've been following these pork-chop-eating preachers telling us we ain't got to follow the laws of the Most High. What have we done wrong? Or what is our sin, which is the transgression of the Most High's law? We just read that in 1 John 3 and 4, that we have committed against the Most High our power. Then shalt thou say unto them, because your fathers have forsaken me, said the Most High, and have walked after other gods. Walked after other gods and have served them, as you are now in these religions. Because if you're teaching that the Most High power is the power of Abraham, who had a son named Isaac, who had a son named Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel, who became the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel, and that's who the Most High is, who he says from memorial to all generations. That's his name forever, and a memorial to all generations, even the generation that we in now. So if you're not of the 12 tribes of Israel, the Most High power of this Bible is not your power. That's why I said the power of Israel. Period. The Israelites. If you're not teaching that, you're teaching lies. Then shall I say unto them, because your fathers have forsaken me. Our forefathers forsook the Most High, said the Most High, and have walked after other gods, and have served them, and have worshiped them, and have forsaken me. You hear what he's saying? And have not kept my law. Now you're going to tell me that these laws are not the Most High? That's what he's telling you in your face. Have not kept my law. The my is the Most High. Power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jacob being the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel, then, now, and forever. Listen, this is what he say to you. And ye have done worse than your fathers. For behold, ye walk every one after the imagination of his evil heart, evil mind, that they may not hearken unto me. Therefore will I cast you out of this land into a land that is ye know not, neither ye nor your fathers, and there. But we go in this land like we here now, not knowing where we're gonna go. And there, when you go in this land, shall you serve other gods day and night. That's what y'all doing in these churches. Where I will not show you favor. Man, you better understand and understand. That's why we in the condition we in. Because we refuse to follow the laws of the Most High. It's like, that's why I keep saying law, because that vexes you. Commandments, okay, you can handle that. But the commandments are the laws of the Most High. That's why he's saying, and have not kept my law. The Most High's law. And you keep reading, you see in the scriptures, that's what it is. It's his law that you teaching people that we don't have to follow. Sad, man. Let's go to Tobit, the 3rd chapter. Tobit, the 3rd chapter, and the 4th verse. Listen to what it says. Pay attention. For they obeyed not thy commandments. Hear that? For they obeyed not thy commandments. Your commandments, they the Most High's commandments. They the Most High's laws. Wherefore thou hast delivered us for a spoil, and unto captivity, and unto death, and for a proverb of reproach, a proverb of disgrace to all the nations among whom we are dispersed. See that? That's why I look at what he told us in Deuteronomy 28 and 64. Said we're a disgrace among all these nations. Look at how they look at us. Deuteronomy 28, 64. And the Most High shall scatter thee among all people. That's why we had to teach this truth among all people, because we scattered among all these people, these other nations, from the one end of the earth even unto the other. And there will you be scattered among these other nations and mingled among these people, and there thou shalt serve other gods. You wonder why we was cast off? cast out of our land and cast out and destroyed for lack of knowledge, because say, hey, when we go amongst these other people, you're going to serve other gods. The Most High said, this is future prophecy. He let us know what we're going to do. And that follow him. Which neither thou nor thy fathers have known. Okay, well, tell me, did Moses know anything about Catholic Church, Baptist Church, Jehovah's Witness, Seventh-day Adventist, Apostolic, Church of God in Christ all your life? I mean, did they know anything about these different religions, which I call them secular, serving other gods, other powers? Because if you're not telling the people that they are who they are in this Bible, because Most High gave nations, and he tell you in Psalms 83rd chapter, nations that are the enemies and the haters of the Most High, point blank. If you're not going into that and show these nations this who you are, this is you right here, the haters and the haters of the Most High and the enemies of the Most High, and telling the children of Israel that you are the chosen people of the Most High, and he's going to save a remnant of all nations. They should want to be in a righteous kingdom. And those that don't, he's going to destroy them anyway. 2/3 of our people he's going to destroy, as it is written. And he's going to get a remnant of all these nations that's going to serve in the kingdom, in a righteous kingdom, though. But see, people look at, if you look at this kingdom, this is the worst kingdom ever been on the earth. That's what my Sheikh Shai said. If he ain't made time short, through the power of the Most High, there would be no flesh left. But because of the elect, he's going to make the time short. That's what I say. He said, and the Most High shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other. And there, when you go amongst these people, these other nations, that Psalms 96:5 says, for all the gods of the nations are idols, but the Most High made the heavens. They worshiping the sun, the moon, the stars, comets, you name it. They worshiping it. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which are idols of these other nations, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. That's these different religions right there. Well, I'll call them secular religions because they worldly. It has nothing to do with what we're supposed to be doing. That's why he said, look, when we went among these heathen, he told us in Jeremiah 10:2, learn not the way of the heathen. But what do? We learn the way of the heathen. Until this day. They tell you to do this, y'all do it. Bunch of robots and robot-tees dealing with spiritual darkness to the max, man. Psalms 106. In verse 35. Psalms 106 and 35. But were mingled among the heathen, we as the Israelites, and learned their works. That's why, remember, the job of the devil is what? To deceive the whole world. And he deceived all the nations by sorcery. We just read that in Revelation 18:23. He deceived all the nations by sorcery, which is witchcraft. But were mingled among the heathen and learned their works. That's why a lot of y'all in the spells, man, and don't even realize it. And they serve their idols, you see? That's these different religions that we're looking at right now, which was a snare unto them. Yeah, they sacrificed their sons and their daughters unto devils and shed innocent blood, even the blood of their sons and of their daughters, whom they sacrificed to the idols of Canaan, and the land was polluted with blood. Ain't nothing new under the sun, the Most High said. Thus were they defiled with their own works and went a-whoring with their own inventions, invented new things to be wicked and dealing with. That's why I go to verse 6. We have sinned. We as Israel have sinned, broken the Most High's laws with our fathers. We have committed iniquity. We have done wickedly. Our fathers understood not thy wonders in Egypt. They remembered not the multitude of thy mercies, but provoked him at the sea, even at the Red Sea. Nevertheless, he saved them for his name's sake. This ain't nothing gonna be done for what we can do and thinking that you all righteous, or I'm all righteous, you all righteous. None of us are righteous in the eyes of the Most High. He said he saved us for his name's sake, because his name is in our name, Yah, Shar Allah. You see? Nevertheless, he saved them for his name's sake, that he might make his mighty power to be known. You hear that? And that's what he's going to do in these end times. You ain't saying nothing yet. Because he said what? Psalm 1, no matter what kind of judgment you can look at going on, hurricanes, tornadoes, volcano eruptions, whatever you can see on this earth, tidal waves, nonsense compared to what he's going to bring in these last days. Because listen to what he said. Psalms 147, 19 and 20. Look what he's saying. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgment unto Israel. So he showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto the Israelites, who we are. Listen to what he said. This is the Most High telling you this. He have not dealt so with any nation. This is what he say. And as for his judgments, no matter what you see that happen on this earth, they have not known them. Ooh, praise ye the Most High. But you're going to know it. He said you're going to know it. He said you're going to understand and overstand the fact that Isaiah now, 29 and 6. Well, I called Isaiah when I was supposed to deal with Saul. I called Saul when I was supposed to deal with Isaiah. But I'm right in the spirit right now. Isaiah 29 and 6. Thou shalt be visited of the Most High power of hosts, with thunder, and with earthquake, and great noise, with storm and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire. That's that judgment that's coming. You hear what he said? The last judgment was what? The flame of devouring fire. The flame of devouring fire. That's why I look at Deuteronomy 4:24. Deuteronomy 4 and 24. For the Most High, thy power, your power, is a consuming fire, even a jealous power. That's the Most High who we serve. He is a consuming fire, even a jealous power. That's who we serve. That's who I serve. So he fire from his waist up and fire from his waist down, loins down. Look. Hebrews 12:29. For our power, the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, is a consuming fire. You see? That's why he's going to bring fire on this earth to destroy it, to purify it. He put the rainbow in the sky to remind himself, Yahshua, that he's not going to flood the earth anymore, but he's going to bring his fire, because he's a consuming fire, to purify this earth and make a new heaven and a new earth. So from there, let's go to, let me see, look at Revelation 7th chapter and verse, start at verse 13. And one of the elders answered, saying unto me, what are these which are arrayed in white robes? And whence came they? He asked him, who are these that's arrayed in white robes? And whence came they? And I said unto him, Sir, thou knowest. And he said to me, these are they which came out of great tribulation. Right? It said, these are they that came out of great tribulation. That's why, understand this, y'all. That's why my Jacob Shai said in Matthew 24, came out of great tribulation. He said in Matthew 24 in 21, he said, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. Just that great tribulation is talking about. Gonna have some of us gonna come out of great tribulation. And except those days shall be shortened that we living in now, there should no flesh be saved. He said, if he shortened the days, he said, no flesh should be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. And the elect are the 12 tribes of Israel. Prove that. Through the scriptures, through the precepts, go to who the elect are. Isaiah 45:4. Proving who the elect. For the elect's sake, the days that we living in now are going to be shortened. It says, for Jacob, my servant's sake, and Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel, mine elect. So for the Israelites' sake, the time going to be shortened. So going back to Revelation 7 and 14, it said, and I said unto him, sir, thou knowest. So you ask him, who's this? Why are these brothers arrayed in white robes? And I said unto him, verse 14, sir, thou knowest. And he said to me, these are they which came out of great tribulation, and have washed their robes and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. Therefore are they before the throne of the Most High, and serve him day and night in his temple. And he that sitteth on the throne shall dwell among them. Those that are redeemed from this wicked world that we in now. They shall hunger no more, neither thirst any more, neither shall the sun light on them, nor any heat. For the Lamb which is in the midst of the throne shall feed them, and shall lead them unto living fountains of water. The understanding of the Most High's word and his law, and commandments and judgments. And the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. There ain't gonna be no more crying. That's why I say Revelation 21:4. And the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. And he that sat upon the throne said, behold, I make all things new. And he said unto me, write, for these words are true and faithful. That's what we working towards, y'all. Hopefully you are. That's why going to the Apocrypha, and let's look at prophecy of, as we just reading about, the brothers that's going to be arrayed in white robes and so forth. And it says in 2nd Ezra, the 2nd chapter, and we're going to start at verse 40. It says, take thy number, O Zion, who are the 12 tribes of Israel, and shut up those of thine that are clothed in white. As we just read, you know, going back to, I mean, just showing you that you can't deny the fact that the prophet took this out of the Bible, and it goes right along with what we're reading here. When we read in Revelation 7 and 13, and one of the elders answered and saying unto me, what are these which are arrayed in white robes? And whence came they, right? So let's go back and look at Revelation 6. And let's look at verse 9 through 11. It says, Revelation 6 and 9, it said, and when he had opened the 5th seal of prophecy, I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain for the word of the Most High, and for the testimony which they held, martyrs, right? And they cried with a loud voice, saying, how long, O Most High, holy and true, dost thou not judge and revenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth? That's why the Most High say he gonna get them. And listen, and white robes were given unto every one of them. And it was said unto them that they should rest yet a little while, yet a little season, until their fellow servants also and their brethren that should be killed as they were should be fulfilled. So it's going to be martyrs. You know, I feel my brother Raiah was a martyr. Just delivering food. Somebody shot him. He came, got in his car, somebody shot him from a long distance, they saying through the back window. Hit him in the neck. Killed him. And many others. And those that are going to come. And that's on this earth now, going to be martyrs, as it's written. And they cried with a loud voice, saying, How long, O Most High, holy and true, dost thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth? And white robes were given unto every one of them, see? And it was said unto them that they should rest yet for a little season, until their fellow servants also and their brethren that should be killed as they were should be fulfilled. So now, going to 2 Ezra 2 and 40. Take thy number, O Zion, O 12 tribes of Israel, and shut up those of thine that are clothed in white, which have fulfilled the law of the Most High. They have fulfilled the law of the Most High, it's saying. So how are you going to be clothed in white and you taught you're not under the law? Look, another scripture. Excuse me. Revelation 19 and 7. Let us be glad and rejoice and give honor to him, for the marriage of the Lamb is come. The marriage of Mashiach Yahushua has come, who's the Lamb of the Most High. And his wife, who is the 12 tribes of Israel, the 1/3, mind you, of the 12 tribes of Israel, have made herself ready. We made ourselves ready by the fearing the Most High, keeping his commandments, having faith in the Most High. And to her, who are representing the 12 tribes of Israel, 1/3, mind you, was granted that she should be arrayed in fine linen, clean and white. For the fine linen is the righteousness of saints. Hear that? And we know righteousness in Deuteronomy 6 and 25 are those that keep the laws, commandments of the Most High. Okay? Now, let's go back to 2 Ezra 2 and let's start at 40 again. Take thy number, O Zion, and shut up those of thine that are clothed in white, which have fulfilled the law of the Most High. You can't get no clearer than that. How you gonna, this is salvation coming, that he's saying the number, we know the number is the 1/3 of the 12 tribes of Israel. And 144,000, 12,000 from each of the tribes of Israel gonna be come out of that 1/3. This is what it says. They have fulfilled what? The law of the Most High. This future prophecy. So how you going to say that we're not under the law, and it's telling you here, they have fulfilled the law of the Most High. The number of thy children, whom thou longest for, is fulfilled. Beseech the power of the Most High, that thy people, who are the 12 tribes of Israel, which have been called from the beginning, may be hallowed, or made holy. I, Israel, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people, whom I could not number. And they all praised the Most High with songs. Gonna be singing songs. And in the midst of them, there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest. Talking about Mashiach Yahushua. And upon every one of their heads, he set crowns. This power is from authority, y'all. And was more exalted. Which I marveled at greatly. Right? So he had to be exalted to be more exalted. That's why the Most High has highly exalted him, given a name above every name, that every knee should bow to the name of Bahasham Mashiach Yahushua, in the name of the anointed Savior. In heaven and earth and under the earth. And every tongue should confess that Mashiach Yahushua is the master, to the glory of the most high power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jacob's name changed to Israel, who became the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel. It said, and in the midst of them, verse 43, there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest. And upon every one of their heads he set crowns. That's power from the authority, y'all. And was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So I asked the angel, and said, always an angel that talked to us, which is the Holy Spirit, a holy angel, speaking the words of the Most High. I asked the angel and said, sir, what are these? What is this? What's going on? What are these? He answered and said unto me, these are they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of the Most High, Bahashama Mashiach Yahushua, in the name of the Lord and Savior. Now are they crowned and receive palms. Then said I unto the angel, this is what he's asking in the Old Testament, what young person is it that crowneth them and giveth them palms in their hands? So who is it that's taller than all the rest of them and giving them crowns on their heads and palms in their hands? This is what he said, verse 46. Then said I unto the angel, what young person is it that crowneth them and giveth them palms in their hands? So he answered and said unto me, it is the Son of the Most High. That's a Mashiach Yahushua, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Most High, Bahashama Mashiach Yahushua. Point blank. Then the angel said unto me, go thy way, and tell my people what manner of things and how great wonders of the Most High thy power, yours a personal pronoun showing ownership, possessive pronoun showing ownership, thy is your, thou hast seen, right? So that's going into the future, prophecies to show you that, hey, that's what you can expect. That's what you're working toward. Hopefully. So now, let's look at Jeremiah, the 36th chapter. Jeremiah, the 36th chapter, and verse 19. Then said the princess unto Baruch, go, hide thee, thou and Jeremiah, and let no man know where ye be. And they went in to the king and to the court, but they laid up the roll in the chamber of Elishama the scribe, and told all the words in the ears of the king. Wait a minute, that's not what I want. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me back up. Salakia. Let's see. Caught up on. No, that's not what I want yet. I want to go to Ezekiel 20. Salakia. Ezekiel 20 and 33. Yeah. Most High said, as I live, said the Most High power, surely with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm and with fury poured out will I rule over you. We the Israelites. He said, I will bring you out from the people and will gather you out of the countries wherein ye are scattered with a mighty hand. Remember he told us in Deuteronomy 28:64 that he's going to scatter us among all these nations. So he's saying he's going to bring us out from among these other nations, out of the countries that he scattered us in with a mighty hand. and with a stretched out arm, and with fury poured out. And I will bring you into the wilderness of the people, and there will I plead with you face to face. So he's going to bring us from among all these nations, gather us from all four corners of the earth, and plead with us face to face, like I pleaded with your fathers in the wilderness of the land of Egypt. Like he pleaded. Remember, he told us, we went into this lesson. Even this lesson, he told us, come up to the mountain. So you can't come to the mountain, can't touch the mountain, else you're going to die. He's going to plead with us just like he did in the wilderness. That's what he said, in the land of Egypt. So will I plead with you, said the Most High Power. He said, I will cause you to pass under the rod. That's dealing with the laws of the Most High. And will bring you into the bond of the covenant. The covenant is with who? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to the 12 tribes of Israel. His laws, statutes, commandments. And I will purge out from among you, the rebels. So then you know, just because you make it on these chariots that come to deliver us, and we gonna be purged within all the people that he's gonna redeem, he gonna have some that he's gonna fall into this particular judgment. And I will purge out from among you the rebels and them that transgress against me. Remember he said all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword. Amos 9 and 10. So we gonna have rebels that's thinking they made it. He say, I will purge out from among you the rebels and them that transgress against me. I will bring them forth out of the country where they sojourn. He's going to bring them out of the country where they sojourn, and they shall not enter into the land of Israel. And you shall know that I am the Most High Power. When you see people being thrown in the lake of fire, destroyed. As for you, O house of Israel, O family of Israel, live in a house of family. O family of Israel, O house of Israel, thus say the Most High Power. Go ye, serve ye every one his idols, serve ye every one his religions that you believe in. And hereafter also, if ye will not hearken unto me, but pollute ye my holy name, no more with your gifts and with your idols. But in mine holy mountain, in the mountain of the height of Israel, said the Most High Power, there shall all the house of Israel, all of them in the land, serve me. You hear that? Now how you gonna serve the Most High if you ain't gonna keep what he wrote with his finger? The work of the Most High, his laws. There shall all the house of Israel, all of them in the land, serve me. There will I accept them, and there will I require your offerings and your first fruit.